I'm Becky Jones, Chair of the Council on Finance and Administration. This video shares the first reading of the proposed 2027 Kentucky Annual Conference budget. The final vote on the budget will take place during annual conference in June. The full proposed budget can be found in the pre-conference report book beginning on page 55. Before we talk about 2027, the Council on Finance and Administration first wants to say thank you. Because of the generosity and faithfulness of Kentucky United Methodist Churches, the conference reached its 2025 revenue goal of $2.9 million. We especially celebrate the 108 churches who paid 100% of their Our Mission Covenant in 2025, along with the many churches that increased their giving from the previous year. Your support strengthens ministries across Kentucky and around the world. Thank you for continuing to invest in our shared ministry and mission. CFA is proposing a balanced 2027 budget of $4.43 million. This represents a 1% decrease from the 2026 budget. The Our Mission Covenant rate will remain at 10% for 2027. This budget reflects months of prayerful collaboration between CFA, conference staff, ministry leaders, and directors. Throughout the process, CFA worked to balance wise stewardship with faithful investment in ministry. Every line of this budget ultimately connects to people, churches, ministries, and communities being shaped by the work of Christ across the Kentucky Conference and beyond. The proposed budget is supported through several revenue sources. Apportionment, or Our Mission Covenant giving, continues to provide the largest share of conference funding and accounts for approximately 2/3 of total revenue. Additional support comes through designated funds, ministry partnerships, districts, the Sustaining Ministries Fund, and other collaborative funding sources. These partnerships help strengthen conference ministries and allow important work to continue even when apportionment dollars alone are not enough to meet ministry needs. On the expense side of the budget, CFA worked carefully to prioritize ministry while also maintaining administrative stewardship. This budget supports 4 major areas: general church and jurisdictional commitments, direct ministry support, personnel, and conference administrative expenses. The proposed budget continues Kentucky's commitment to the broader United Methodist Church. Approximately 1/4 of the budget supports general church and southeastern jurisdiction apportionments. CFA is recommending funding this commitment at 100% in 2027 as an expression of our connectional covenant and shared ministry across the denomination. Direct ministry support represents approximately 21% of the budget. The proposed 2027 budget includes increased support for new church development grants, the Commission on Religion and Race, and ethnic local church concerns. The budget also provides funding for the new conference missions team. Disaster response ministries will continue through designated funds and grants when needed. The budget also maintains full funding for camp directors' personnel costs and camp property and liability insurance. The budget also provides 100% of the funding requested by the higher education team. Personnel expenses represent approximately 45% of the budget. These expenses support the staff and ministry leaders who help guide and strengthen ministries across the conference. The proposed budget includes a 3% cost of living adjustment for staff and incorporates several staffing changes approved through conference leadership structures, including district new church development cultivators and coordinators for African American and Hispanic ministries. Administrative expenses account for approximately 9% of the budget. These expenses support essential functions including the annual conference session, financial and legal operations, insurance, technology, and conference office support. The proposed 2027 budget anticipates that conference office expenses will be fully supported through proceeds connected to the anticipated sale of the Crestwood property. The proposed 2027 budget reflects careful stewardship, strong connectional partnerships, and continued investment in the ministries God is calling the Kentucky Annual Conference to pursue. CFA welcomes your questions and feedback before annual conference. Please contact me, Becky Jones, or David Garvin, our treasurer, with your questions. Thank you for your continued partnership in the shared ministry of the Kentucky Annual Conference.